Hello everyone, and welcome back to another royal reading. It's the second reading of this Monday afternoon, and as I said in the previous one, a bit earlier than normal, there is a drone of a pressure washer, pressure cleaner in the background. Unfortunately, hope it isn't too annoying. Trying to do these readings quickly because I have to go out to a meeting, so the Harkles are en route to Manchester. I am sure I'll be reading about that tomorrow, but for now, time being, I'm reading on a story that has just popped up, and a very ugly story if what people are speculating is true. And let's at the very start of this reading remind you that this is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes. It is all just my opinion, it is all speculation, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. And the story comes from Twitter, Allison P. Davis. The lady who wrote the article, the interview in the Cut magazine on Meghan, that puff piece, that paid for puff piece, that coincided with the 25th anniversary. You know the 25th anniversary I'm talking about. And there was Meghan trying to replicate that black polo neck moment, but looking more like Elizabeth Holmes than Princess Diana. But anyway, Allison P. Davis was the journalist who wrote that article, went out and did the interview at the Mudslide Mansion in Montecito, and it was all very glowing and glossy. But then people started to read between the lines and thought, quite a lot of snark going on here. And even Lady C took to YouTube to do a sort of deconstruction of the article. I didn't watch it, started watching it, then I thought, no, I don't need to watch this. Poor Lady C, sorry about that, didn't stick it out, that one. But Allison P. Davis seemed to be more subtle and more snarky than perhaps Meghan realized at first glance, but then everyone else started pointing out the level of snark, and lo and behold, Allison P. Davis has been let go from the Cut. She has been spotted by those eagle-eyed sleuths on the internet saying on Twitter, in other news, for the first time in ... I'm going on extended vacation, out of pocket, living in the moment. She puts moment in asterisks. Pray for my inbox, DMs, etc. She is obviously not a happy woman. It wasn't expecting this suddenly to be chucked out, and with no gigs lined up, nothing, no income. And somebody in the comments below said, have you been silent? Are you silent, or have you been silenced? What is going on? Very nasty if the wife has had something to do with this. We know she does like to get people fired. Piers Morgan famously, she was on the phone. She jumps in very quickly if someone says something she doesn't like. That guy from Vanity Fair who said some bad things to Tom Bowers about her, he had to come out groveling and apologizing and saying, I didn't mean it, I didn't say any of those things. Tom Bauer made it all up. Tom Bauer clapped back just as quickly. Oh, actually, you did say all those things. But anyway, Allison Davis seems to possibly have been a victim of Meghan's massive narcissistic bullying ego, in my opinion, allegedly speculating. We're going to do a reading on it and see why she was let go, if Meghan had anything to do with it, and what else? How much snark there was in that article, and how Meghan is going to feel about being found out if it is true that she had anything to do with this rather vicious act, vengeful revenge, her favorite thing according to Tom Bauer's book. And I know I cut the deck rather oddly. Please don't be suspicious of me. It was just the way it happened. And Seven of Cups in the reverse is our underlying energy. Seven of Cups upright is possibilities, delusion, not really seeing things clearly. When it's in reverse, you're no longer deluded, seeing things very clearly, but you've run out of options. This is our poor Allison. She's run out of options for the time being anyway. I hope for her sake that options are sliding into her DMs and wherever else she's getting job offers, because she's a very good writer. It was very well written, even though it made me almost want to pass out when I read it the first time. Pass out with horror and despair. But the Seven of Cups in reverse is clarity after being deluded. You're no longer deluded about what is going on. So certainly for her, perhaps no longer deluded about the nature of the beast she went out to interview in California, but for us too. And there's all these strange options in these cups, and some of them are really not very pleasant. Snakes and mythical creatures and ghosts and things. So playing with fire, our Allison, seemingly. But anyway, now knows exactly the nature of the beast, as I say, allegedly, that she went to interview. So the heart of the matter for her right now, wow. I had to put the card down. I actually don't want to hold it. It's giving me almost like electricity in my hands. The Tower. This is a real shock to her. She was not expecting this. Not at all. Out of the blue. That phone call must have been brutal to whoever the editor is of the cut. Get rid of. Wow. Down she falls. My goodness. I'm shocked. I'm sorry about the droning in the background and the barking. I'm just, sometimes the tarot does this to me. I'm really shocked. So why was she let go? Eight of Pentacles, they're going to say there wasn't work for you. Eight of Pentacles is the hard work card, mastering your craft, being diligent, being busy, printing money also, but in reverse, either being idle or lazy or obsessed with work or something like that. But really it's there isn't any work for you. I'm being summoned to go. The wind is up and Husky wants to go dancing around. He's been for his afternoon walk, but he's come to shout at me through the door while I'm doing this. Ace of Pentacles, not enough work for you. We don't have anything, and that's why she's saying I'm on an extended vacation. I think she's a freelance writer, but she probably works regularly for them. I'm speculating. I'm genuinely speculating here. I don't know how it works, but just saying we don't have anything for you in the future. There's nothing there for you. I know the deal. I work freelance too, and sometimes genuinely there is no work for you for extended periods, but this really has come as a huge shock to her. She was not expecting it at all, out of the blue. It's really I don't want to say ruined her life, but it's caused her a lot of difficulty. She was probably riding on a high when that article came out, and then just to have the rug pulled out from under her. How involved, if at all, was the wife in this sacking, this firing? The Page of Wands, I think she was behind the scenes, because it's in the reverse, and be in the reverse can often mean sneaking behind the scenes, secret behavior. And the Page of Wands is communication and messages. It's a fire sign. It's a minor card. It's not a massive card, but I think there was some influence behind the scenes. A message went out, because it's the Page. A message went out, didn't like it. That article turned out to be bad news. When it's upright, it's good news, very enthusiastic, positive. When it's in reverse, it's negative. It's bad PR, it's bad press. It didn't have, that article didn't at all have the impact that Meghan thought it was going to have. She thought people would be absolutely enchanted with her, and instead it really gave all kinds of amusement to people, first of all, but then a lot of speculation about the nature of her relationship with Has-Been, with Lilibet, her life, how pathetic her life seems to be and empty, how vacuous she is, how self-indulgent she is, the menace in that article that was expressed so clearly, the threats. She really came across very badly, and she didn't like it. So there is seemingly, in my opinion, some influence there, hidden hand behind the scenes, that came out and hit some numbers on her phone, and got Allison some extended vacation, unpaid. How much snark was there in the article? How snarky did Allison mean to be? Yeah, there was plenty. I saw it in a previous reading I did on the article, and what was going on behind the scenes, especially with Lilibet. Five of Swords is conflict. she saw the conflict. She saw the conflict in Meghan, her inner conflict, her inner turmoil, and she saw the conflict in her life with her family, her father, Harry's family, possibly even the children. She saw, and she did express it. She did express it very cleverly. It was very subtly done, but done well enough that people started to pick it up pretty quickly. And so conflict and hollow victory, that Meghan's life is a hollow victory. That there she sits in that mansion that is described in such glowing terms. But really there is the barefoot prince going around fixing the plumbing, because seemingly they can't afford to get someone else to come in and fix the plumbing. Didn't look good, didn't read well, bad news. So yeah, it was intended, it was seen, it was observed, and the message went out. Poor Allison. Now, how is this going to look for Meghan? This seeming connection, this alleged, speculated connection between Allison's extended vacation and Meghan's disapproval of the article, disappointment at the article. How is it going to play out ultimately? And it's not going to look good. Sun in reverse. There's our Leo. I'm in the spotlight. I'm looking for attention at the moment. I'm in the UK. I'm swanning around. I'm giving speeches. I've got my bodyguards. I've got everyone chasing after me again, I think, in my mind, I imagine. But it is going to go very badly. Sun in reverse is a very, very negative card. Bad attention, negative attention, disappointment, sorrow, loss, heavy sorrow, heavy loss in that card, and really losing the limelight, falling from grace kind of energy. It's almost like a star in reverse. Well, it is a star, the sun, obviously, star in reverse, but all the joy is going to go out of the situation. She's so determined that this is her big moment, and she's coming back into the limelight, and she's going to reinvent herself, and we're all going to fall madly in love with her. It's going to fail, and it's going to fail massively. It's a very, very big card to come out in reverse at the end of a reading like this, that Meghan may have stepped too far and used her power too far, because the sun is a card about power and energy, but power really, the power for good, upright, power for evil when it's in reverse. She has abused her authority. She's bullied. My opinion, but this, if it is true that she did have a hand in this current unemployment that Allison finds herself having to deal with very unexpectedly, then it is bullying. It's bullying behavior, using her power, her status, her privilege, her money to get someone removed. He was just doing her job. Ghastly energy around this reading, actually, I have to say. But anyway, there it is. And so on the train, they're going to Manchester. I will see you again tomorrow, hopefully. And thank you as ever for watching, and take care.